welcome back to Ghostly French Toast, and today we're making a lore video back on Dark Souls 3. And today's lore video is going to be on Vordt of the Boreal Valley. So, enough dawdling around, and let's dive on in. Oh, for context, I did a Dancer of the Boreal Valley video a while back. And this is sort of a continuation of that. Because I personally think I love Vordt. Vordt is one of my favorite bosses in the game, and I feel like a lot of people don't give enough attention to Vordt. It's like Morgott in the sense where too little HP very early on, whatever. So, going off that, Vordt is like Dancer, and the Dancer and Vordt, what I presume, have a close relationship, because they're stationed opposite of each other. Their boss arenas are opposite of each other. And also, when they're leaving Irithyll, because we know when all the knights and all them, they leave Irithyll and all that, we see them walking together. So I feel like that implies some sort of connection, either friends or more. And we also know they both have right eye and left eye. So the thing with the Pontiff rings is that over time, it's just going to slowly just transform you and kind of make you into the monster. Because we know the Dancer used to be some kind of just as sexual dancer for Pontiff Sullivan and all that. And I personally also think Vordt had something similar to that. I think Vordt was also a part of the royal family, to say, because just from their different weapons, the Outrider Knights are all the same. They don't really have different weapons. They have a rapier, but still the Irithyll rapier. But I think Vordt was also a higher up in Anor Londo, because we also know the Dancer came from Anor Londo, or that's the going theory. I think Vordt was some kind of Outrider, like Silver Knight, something like that, some kind of defense for Anor Londo, until Pontiff Sullivan took over with Aldrich. And going off of that, another little tidbit that may be a little more that From Software may be hinting to Vordt's true origin is the Hyperion Borean dialect. And you might be wondering, Luke, what is the Hyperborean dialect? And it's a dialect spoken in Arctic regions, northern Alaska, that area. And what the Vordt means in that dialect is thief. So something to take into consideration that it may or may not be, because the main reason I'm incorporating this is because I think From Software has a history of doing names at designs. Like, the main reason I'm looking at it is that because I'm working on Armored Core stuff, and all the pilots' names, they all have some kind of meaning to them. So that's my little headcanon right there. That, and also Vordt, the Hyperion Boreans and Arctic area uses ice, so I thought that was a little goofy moment. But no, going back to what I was saying, Vordt is some kind of thief if we go off this idea that there's some kind of correlation here. So with that, one of the main things I can just think about is that Vordt tried to steal something from Anor Londo, and we know that Pontiff has a lot of connections, basically took over Anor Londo, all that. And another thing I was thinking about was like, oh, what if these rings that they're getting, they transform them into these monsters. What if Pontiff uses those rings as some sort of punishment instead of like gaining power? Because that's what the rings said, they're supposed to gain power and get stronger. But like, you're transforming these horrible abominations. Look how different in like movement you're more, it's just horrific. These horrific, just torturing. So that's just my little theory. And also another little fun fact about Vordt. In the pre-build version of Dark Souls 3, Vordt used to have babies attached to his chest, so that may be something, but it's also the pre-build, so take that with a grain of salt, take that as you will. So yeah, this is just a video I've been wanting to do, just a little Vordt video, because I think Vordt needs a little more loving in his life. So yeah, thank you all for watching this, and hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.